So, there's a lady whose story is regarding her son's night terrors when he was a little boy. They got quite frightening for the family, for her and her husband to witness, even though her son was never aware the day after that he'd even had a night terror. He wasn't afraid to go to sleep in the dark. He wasn't afraid to go to bed alone. Nothing. He was 3-year-old, but they didn't seem to faze him. He never remembered them. But the night terrors themselves, when they happened, were extremely, extremely frightening for the couple. Now, out of, I suppose, survival mode, because of them constantly waking up in the night to see to him regarding his night terrors, this went on for months. And they decided to put him in their bed one night. So from that moment, he stayed in their bed for a few weeks and he never had another night terror. It fixed the issue, or so they thought, but then the sleepwalking started. So one particular night, they woke up, both her and her husband, to their 3-year-old boy screaming. And they jumped out of bed, realised he wasn't in the bed. They run out onto the landing, and he's out on the landing. He's literally sat on the carpet, on the floor. His eyes are wide open and he's shaking uncontrollably. He's absolutely petrified, and it really, really scared him. They pick him up, they take him back to bed with them. And the dad, he said he sat there holding his son, and eventually he calms and he falls back asleep in his arms. They put him back in their bed and they all get in bed, go to sleep. But this continues of him sleepwalking for the next couple of weeks. So the mum is having a coffee with a mate one day, and she's telling her about it and saying this has gone on for months and now he's started sleepwalking. They just don't know what to do. They've read up on everything they can. And the friend tells the mum she knows someone who has practiced witchcraft for a lot of years, and she can come and see if there's anything, I suppose, paranormal or anything with negative energies surrounding this little boy in the home. And you know what? They're at the wit's end with it all. They don't know what to do. They've been to the doctors. There's literally no one who can help them, and said, it's a phase. It will end. So they take her up on her offer, and she decides to invite this woman round. So she comes round to the home one day. The woman comes round and she cleanses the house. She tells the parents that she actually picks up on negative energy from the previous tenants, and that there's a lot of unsettled child spirits attached to their little boy, which they think is freaking. They don't necessarily believe that. Let her do her job. It's not affecting the boy. And then she goes after she's cleansed the house. For the next few weeks, their son doesn't have a single night terror, nor a bad dream, nightmare, nothing. And they're absolutely amazed. But then weird things start happening in the home. So they've had a calm few weeks with the son. He's nice and settled, and he's actually back in his bed, in his own bedroom, which is amazing. But then they start to notice weird things around the house. So they would hear what sounds like a picture falling off the wall. They'd go into the room to investigate it. The picture would be smashed on the floor. Doors would slam shut in another room. They'd go in to check. The door is slammed shut. There's no windows. There's no breeze. Nothing open. And this had gone on for a few weeks, and the dad notices, he thinks he sees a man, a shadow of a man, or he can make out a guy stood in the corner of one of the rooms. He looks away, in fear, he looks back, it's gone. But then this happens a couple more times, and legit really shits him up. But then nothing could have prepared both the mum and dad for what was about to happen. And it was so frightening for them that it forced them to literally flee their own home. That was it. They were putting it up for sale and they weren't going back. The mum and dad are in bed one night. The mum wakes up. She's absolutely hysterical. She's sweating. She's crying. The husband wakes up. He jumps out of bed, runs into the bedroom to check on the little boy, and runs back in. She knows something's wrong with him. He's asking her, what's wrong, what's wrong? She's telling him, I've just had the worst nightmare. I can hear him, our son, screaming and crying. I'm stood outside this house and this house is on fire. And she runs in, she scoops him up in her arms, she runs out of the house, looks down, and all she's got is his blanket. The little boy's still stuck inside, the house collapses right in front of her. She wakes up, she's hysterical from this nightmare. Literally, the colour drains from her partner's face, and he just stands there gobsmacked. He then tells her that he has in fact just had the same kind of nightmare where he can hear his son and his missus screaming his name for help. Their house is on fire and he's running down the street. He can see it on fire, but he can't see them. And that's when he woke up to her screaming out in her sleep. This scared him so much. After everything that had been going on with the son, everything that had been going on in the home, they knew something wasn't right with this house. It was all this negative energy. They left that night, went to his mum and dad's, her husband's mum and dad's, stayed there. They stayed there in the outhouse and put their house up for sale. When somebody came interested in being shown round the house, they were honest with him. They told him why they were leaving, even though the real estate had said, don't do that, but they chose to. The guy just batted it off as nonsense. But they left that house and they never went back.